Hi, it's Darren from ProBlogger here. Have you ever seen a product launch that has done particularly well? We see it a lot in internet marketing circles, people selling their own informational products on how to launch a product by talking about how they made hundreds of thousands of dollars in a launch or millions of dollars in a launch. These sort of techniques to show what you've done, I guess, are fairly typical in this internet marketing space. But one of the things that I've noticed is that a lot of the time when these big launches are being talked about, they're not talked about in terms of the journey that has gone before the particular launch. I recently had a fairly big launch on Digital Photography School. We launched a travel photography book. I've talked about it a couple of times on ProBlogger. The book did really well. We sold 5,000 or so copies in the first week and a half over the launch period, and since then I've sold another 500 or 600. So it's probably around the six-figure launch mark. So for me, that's a fairly significant amount of money. And as an event, as a launch event, it was really quite profound. It was quite powerful. It was quite fun to be involved with. But that launch was built on the back of 4.5 years of other stuff. It only succeeded, it only got to that six-figure level because I'd put in 4.5 years of work on that particular blog. And even before that 4.5 years, I'd been blogging about photography on another photography blog for 2 years. So 6.5 years to get a six-figure launch. I guess if you were to do the figures on that, it probably doesn't add up to 6 figures in a month. It kind of adds up to maybe 5 figures a month, if I'm lucky. I never was good at maths. So what are the foundational things that you need to be working on as a blogger? Sometimes we hear about these 6-figure launches, these 7-figure launches, and think there's no way we could ever do that. But the reality is that you can, but you need to look at it as a journey. And there's a whole heap of things that you can do every day to take you a little bit closer to some of these bigger launches that you might want to do one day. Every day, over the last 8 years on my blogs, I have put up content. And I've tried to make that content the most useful content that I can. So that, for me, is probably one of the most basic things that you can do every day on your blog to take you closer to that big launch that you might have. Useful content. Keep adding it to your blog, whether it be in video, whether it be a podcast, whether it be a post, whether it be just tweets and adding content into the web in different ways. Another foundation for me has always been about relationships. Every day you have the opportunity to take yourself closer to that big launch by getting to know someone else on the web. Whether that be a potential reader, whether that be another blogger, whether that be just someone who's interested in the same kind of stuff as you on Twitter, you never know where those relationships will take you. You never know whether that one reader may lead you to thousands of other readers. You never know whether that person may be someone that you can collaborate with later on a particular project. It's about building relationships. So not only should you be adding content to your blog every day, I'd be searching out for at least one other person that you can connect with, someone that you don't perhaps know yet, that you can begin to get to know. Not with any agenda, just to get to know them, because who knows where that might end up. Another thing that you can add to your this foundation, to the journey that takes you closer to these perhaps one day big launches is skills. Skills. Adding to your repertoire of things that you can do, your abilities to perhaps design your blog, perhaps master a different type of social media, so getting to the point where you understand and can use Twitter better. Maybe it's around video, whatever it might be. There's so many different things that you can learn. And yeah, it's great to outsource some of these things, but it's also good to learn and know them. If you can add to your own knowledge base, you will be taking yourself closer to that big launch one day. You can add to your brand. Just little things like, tweaking your design, changing the brand that you have, thinking through what it is that you stand for as a person and as a brand. all of these things can take you a little bit closer to that big launch. Another one of the foundations for me has been about building my list, building the number of people who are subscribing to my blog and finding new ways to do that. This is something that you kind of have to set up and let it run to some degree, but it's a day-by-day thing. Every day as you add people to your list, whether they be email subscribers or Twitter followers or RSS subscribers, as you grow that network, your influence grows and the potential to have a bigger launch, to have a bigger impact upon more people grows also. I guess the point of this video is not to come up with a conclusive list of things that you can do that will take you closer to your goals one day, but it's to get you to think about what you can do today, what you can do tomorrow, and to think about some of those little things that will take you closer to your ultimate goals. Set yourself some tasks this week, just little things that you can do, posts that you can write, people that you can interact with, just features that you can add to your blog, new skills that you can learn. All of these things will take you closer to that ultimate goal. It's great to have the idea of a big product launch in the back of your mind, but at the front of your mind needs to be these sorts of daily activities that will take you closer to that.